heated debate here whether Muslims kill Christians. Now, I've been accused in the comments of cutting up clips to make it be more biased to the Christian side. So I'm going to try my best to play this clip in full. And I'm going to comment in between to avoid copyright. But let's get straight into this.
Interrupted me
All right,
so many
relax, buddy,
times at this
relax.
point.
Calm down.
Okay.
I'm cool.
Okay. You know, let me finish now?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. I'm not saying everything that bad happens in the Middle East or in the Islamic world is Islam's fault. However, that doesn't change that it is a contributing factor. There are violent things in Islam, like murder for apostates, like Surah 929, which calls for perpetual war against the non-Muslim world. The early scholars divided all of Islam into two houses, the house of Islam and the house of war. There's a reason the non-Muslim world is called the house of war. Again, I'm not saying you are a problem. I'm saying if you go back to your house, if you turn around and you see all the Muslims on your side, there is a lot of violence. There's a lot.
What I want you to see here, Mike Jones references the Quran, and within the Quran, we have built-in teachings like Surah 929 that call for non-believers to be killed. Mike is referencing directly from the Quran and the Quranic writings. So let's bear that in mind when we watch this clip. I'm going to try my best to play it in full. Let's go.
Going on your side, because I don't think you see it. I think you're thinking like a Christian, and I think that's great. But turn around and get all your other Muslims to think like Christians, because we want less violence. We do pray for our enemies. We are called to be persecuted for his name's sake.
then why
But
did-
however, hold on, you said you'd let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay. However, when we turn and look at the Muslim world, past 25 years, over 60,000 Nigerian Christians have been slaughtered by Islamist groups. The 2024 Global Terrorism Index, all the major terrorist groups are Islamists. They're constantly.
I want us to recognize right now in Nigeria, Christians are getting slaughtered. Women, children, men, churches, establishments, businesses, they are getting slaughtered, and the media is slowly only now talking about it. It's as if and what's happening in Palestine seems to be way more important, way more polarizing, way more of a political agenda than what is happening in Nigeria. Donald Trump has brought out a statement, and I think they're sending over US troops, but it's been really slow to react, and we're seeing it in real time. So this is not something that's just been conjured up or something that is a bias. This is happening. People in the comments, this is happening in real time. Christians in Nigeria are getting slaughtered.
Grimm and Finke have done a study. Okay. Their book is called The Price of Freedom Denied. They have found in their research that in the Islamic world, Shia or Sunni, very low persecution. People of the book, apostates from Islam, over 4 times the level of discrimination and persecution coming from Muslims. This is a real problem here. I'd love to sit here and say with you, yes, Christians and Muslims can work together. We should be on the same page. And I wish that was the case. And I wish more Muslims were like you. Unfortunately, the people in your own house are not. And they're constantly attacking us, persecuting us, slaughtering us. There was just a guy in France named Asher who just had a machete in his throat the other day in France. He was a refugee from Iraq. They just killed him for preaching Christianity.
The bottom line is, I condemn all of them. The West is the reason they're in power. 1 million people are dead in Iraq for what? Weapons of mass destruction, right? Did they find them? 1 million people died. I hated Saddam Hussein. He oppressed the Kurds. He gassed them with nerve gas. He was horrific. Donald Rumsfeld like this, shaking his hand. Who put these people in power? So-called Christian nations. I don't think they're operating by Christianity. 24 years of war, brother. Millions and millions of people dead. These new leaders that are running these countries are definitely, more Muslims have died from ISIS than anybody else. That's a fact. You can Google it, search it. Fact. Any Muslim that persecutes a Christian should burn in hell, bro. Simple. I'll say it right here in front of the whole world. Okay? But it's not as easy. And again, I'm not pointing out things to pick on you guys, but I believe there is this like, oh, this is the way you guys are, and you really don't look at your own house. If we look at European history, leave Islam out of it. Approximately 4 million Christians, whether you call them Protestant or Catholic, took each other out. 2 supposed followers of Jesus Christ, Sunni and Shia, did the same thing. I'm not going to deny that. But were they following Christianity? If they both believe in Jesus, why are they white? 4 million people died because of that, approximately. Can double check my facts. Sunni and Shia killed each other too. Iraq versus Iran. None of them are following Islam or Christianity, in my opinion. And that's been my message to the whole world. That is my message to the whole world. So it depends. If you're going to use this filter, use it yourselves. Use it yourselves. Look in the mirror too. I blame the people, not the doctrine. I've never blamed Christianity for what's happened. I don't blame it for colonialism, but I believe the same way you're using that metric with my faith, you're not being fair. And that's my honest opinion. So that's what I'm saying. If you're going to use that metric to measure the faith and what we did and what we didn't do, if we look into the mirror, if we do the research, hundreds of millions of people lost their lives and were coerced into Christianity the same way you're trying to claim Islam was.
I'm not looking at something in the Middle East and going, Islam's fault. I'm looking at specific connecting factors. That's important because, again, we can go to issues in the life of Muhammad, the way he acted, the way he was a caravan robber, and the way he oppressed, and the way that he treated women, and the way he treated his. We can go to places in the Quran, like I mentioned, Surah 98, Christians are the worst of creatures. We go to Surah 3:7. Hold on, I let you speak for a good 5 minutes, and then I didn't say anything. Please allow me the same respect. Appreciate that. Okay, we can make connections here, which are alarming to us Christians. The only reason I'm bringing in all this up is because you said you want Christians and Muslims to work together.
And not kill each other. Simple.
Exactly. I completely agree. The problem is when we go into the data, when we run the numbers, it is not the Christian's fault 99% of the time. Overwhelmingly, this is coming from Islam. And the reason it's coming from Islam is because we can see the specific doctrines in the Hadith. You just admitted to me apostates should be killed in Islam. That is alarming on so many levels. You're saying you don't want violence, but your religion is demanding it.
I've tried to be fair in terms of playing the clip in its entirety, showing both points. And I want to break this down. This is Beck Lover's own words. I don't blame the people, I blame the doctrine. And he was referencing Christianity, but I want to throw that back and reference Islam. Built into the Islam religion is a killing for apostates, those who leave Islam and go to other religions, and a killing of non-believers. That is built into their religious belief, ideology, and theology. What Mike Jones is exposing is connecting factors which cause the level of violence that we're seeing across the world. I highlighted already what's happening in Nigeria, Christians being slaughtered, things that have happened in France. I've watched videos of a woman preaching and getting slapped in the face because she is preaching Jesus. These things are connecting factors that are built into their religious belief system. So no, I cannot condone anything from the Christian side in terms of Christianity and those who have done things in the name of Jesus which are against biblical teachings. I will always condemn that. But we don't have built-in teachings which allow us to behave in this way, that non-believers should be killed. Surah 929, examine that. Go and have a look at it. People are going to be in my comments trying to debate, trying to deflect. But you're within the teachings of the Quran. There are places which call for the killing of non-believers, Sharia law. And this is the danger that we have today. Mike brings up some great points, both statistically and theologically, which show and enhance violence that we see in Islam. We shall continue to hold up the banner of Christ and say, no, our religion doesn't call us to kill non-believers. We have the truth. We're told to speak the truth. We're told to live the truth and go out and make disciples. We're not here to kill. We're not here to kill non-believers. We're not here to kill those who leave the faith. Many death threats that Mike gets, many death threats that people like God Logic get. I've saw the hatred being spewed out in the comments, in the lives, across socials. Those who claim to be from Islam. When there's a debate and it doesn't go the way of the Islamist, they resort to violence and aggression. And we see here that there is a problem built into the Islamic system and it needs to be exposed. Becklover is saying, well, anybody who persecutes Christians should burn in hell. But that's not what your book tells you. Your book doesn't tell you that. It doesn't tell you to condemn those who persecute Christians. It tells you the opposite. It champions it. And this is a problem that we have when it's built into an ideology. Please support the channel as we continue to spread biblical truth. Like, subscribe, it goes a massive way. And please leave a comment in the